basket. That should have been an easy dunk in transition.
Look at Davis behind the back and a pass deflected, but caught and a
It's gone basically to an outside game.
Ewing to Armstrong, 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Picked by Baron Davis and took it up for Thomas. Inside, nice defense by Charlotte.
Well, he could have gone to his hook. He had him right on his left shoulder, but he turned around to try to shoot his little jumper.
That's a foul. Grant, Brady remains. Armstrong, Mike Miller is in there. As we mentioned, here comes Brown, who leads him in scoring.
Team that's much deeper than his.
Difference of 2 seconds. Game clock and shot clock winding down the first quarter. Ewing with the defense on Davis. Brady out to the shot. Great three-point shot by Davis. The Orlando Magic tonight. What a shot by Baron Davis over the 7-2 Patrick Ewing. It's Hudson. Shot clock accepted. Ewing, Hudson rejected by Davis, and here comes Hoffman. Takes it a 14-footer with the rebound pulled down by George Lynch. And here comes Davis. Nice pass by Baron Davis. That had a vapor trail in back of it.
Kind of waited for someone else to get it.
Campbell picked up by Grant. Shot clock down to 11. Baron Davis. And again, Baron Davis, one of the greatest assist men in the NBA. B.J. Brown is playing with the bad left ankle. He's an outstanding rebounder, but tonight he is leading Charlotte in scoring. They're down by 5.
Well, and one of the reasons is right here. I mean, they went this time inside the camera. Most of the big people were taking jump shots. This is the kind of shot that they've got to be able to get if you want to increase the shooting.
And off to the races.
Well, right here, Campbell, they've been double teaming him. They do a little bit of a double team, and then Monty Williams recovers back to his own cutter right there. That leaves the clerk on an island. But no, don't let him go baseline because they help.
On with P.J. Brown, the 5 to begin the second half for the Charlotte Hornets. Here comes Davis. Shot clock is down to 5. He finds Campbell on the block, grinding against. Finally out, flings him inside. Shooter, one of the best in the NBA. Throws up an air ball right there.
Well, they've only taken 1 3-point shot.
And Davis laces one from downtown. Brady's first second half miss. The rebound by Brown. And Orlando has a big deficit in the rebound category. Nailing. And Charlotte to within 2. Many as 11. They trailed by 3 right now. They lead by 8, approaching 8 to play in the third quarter. Kevin Harlan, John Thompson, Danny Ainge, and a 3. Davis from outside. Davis would love to run. You get the impression every time the Hornets take it down court. Whirling away after another, and he slides down the lane.
I don't know if they're going to be able to finish this game with some of their players.
Look at Ewing go on and get a little bump on the defense of Davis, who also pulls in Hudson. That's a whistle.
A lot of players at key times to counteract the physicalness of shots.
5 seconds to shoot.
You know, Coach, I think that they've emphasized the low post game too much. They're double teaming, the ball's coming in, they're getting to them late in the shot clock. I think they just need to play basketball. Right here, Baron Davis is going to be aggressive, and this is why I think they still have a chance. Great post-up play, good little pump fake right there. But if they just play their game, the size is going to naturally take it on the offensive board. But I think that they're force-feeding the low post, and Orlando has done a good job of doubling and confusing the low post we thought.
Advantage tonight is Garrity.
But Garrity's gotten beaten around him. He should feel like a punch-drunk fighter. As much
4-65.
The thing about it is Ed Rush had it right the other way. He had it on Orlando's ball.
Davis has to retreat and then sets it up. Approaching 6 minutes to play in regulation. Slicing his way, pounding away in the foul. 5 to play.
definitely have to keep Charlotte off the board because they're just physically pushing them under the basket and tapping it back. The again, Charlotte's doing a good job. I mean, the Magic are doing a good job defensively, but when the shot goes up, they've got to keep people off the ball.
Davis hits 28 points tonight. And he's got the second quarter. Seconds to play in regulation.
We talked about the great defense of Baron Davis up there coming here from the weak side. Horace pump fakes. Barris with another steal. And Armstrong, Hudson, they got to be ready to spot up if they double McGrady because they're going to try to take it out of his hands.
It's off to McGrady, picked up by Lynch. McGrady. Charlotte Hornets have won game one. They go on a 17-5 run to close out game one. A sensational defensive play by Baron Davis. Orlando, which shot so well for 3 quarters, hit only 1 field goal the last 8.5 minutes of the game, and then lose it in a heartbreaking way, 80-79. And let's send it over to Craig Sager.
Obviously the player of the game, Baron Davis, on both ends of the court. What happened to you guys defensively that you shut them down, holding them only 1 field goal those last 8 minutes?
I think what we did was just kept them in front of us and forced McGrady and those guys to take contested jumpers. And, you know, tonight we looked terrible in the first 2 quarters, but we picked it up. We started making some buckets, and we got up and put some pressure on them defensively. And I think that's why we won the ball game.
How did you anticipate that last play and come up with a steal?
Well, I knew Tracy McGrady wasn't going to pass it, you know, being the outstanding player that he is. You know, I saw he had George Lynch beat, so, you know, I gambled and I came up lucky.
Tracy was guarding you for most of the game. Did you see that his back was hurting and he was breaking down?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why I was trying to go so hard at him in the first half, and I kind of got out of character. But, you know, you can tell that his back is really bothering him.
You guys were out of sync early. How much was Jamal Mashburn's injury, the fact that he had to go to the hospital, affecting you?
You know, he's our go-to guy. He's our best player, our leading scorer. And, you know, once he goes out the game, it's a chance for other guys to step up. And we had a lot of great play from our bench. And Jamal McGlure, George Lynch, Lee Nalen came off and gave us a huge spark. And we were able to get back in the game.
It's been such an emotional week for you. You're at your grandmother's bedside the past 2 nights after the stroke she suffered. You're with her last night taking the red eye. How is she doing?
She's doing better. She's able to move the right side of her body. And she told me to go out here and get a win. So if you're watching Medea, you know I love you. Get better.
Thanks, Bob. Medea, that's for Mother Dear, who helped raise him. Back to you, Kevin.